Do you know that shadowy figure that you see on the side of the road when you're driving late at night? Maybe you guys never seen him before. Maybe I'm nuts. But some of you know what I'm talking about. So, when you're driving late at night on the highway, maybe you're tired, I don't know. But for some reason, sometimes I do. I see that there's a shadowy dude that's not there, but he's there. And that's what the movie Passenger is about that guy. And I think they did a good job. You should see it. It was pretty good. I had a few. We'll start with the pros, the positive things. So, like, the buildup was good. Like, I love pre-horror where, like, everything is good and everyone's getting along, and it's fun times, and you're laughing, and you're like, oh, like, these people are weird, but they're cool, they're hip, they're normal, like, they're beyond normal, they're cool, so it's like, okay, like, the actors were cool, they did a good job, like, being good, normal, regular people. And they choose to do the van life, because they're living in New York City when you're paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month or whatever, and you're working from home, you're doing digital work. I mean, why not, right? Why not save all that money? And while you're young, why not travel the United States and the world and get out there a little bit instead of being trapped in traffic in the city and lines and noise, and see some of the cool things, the Grand Canyon and the landscape and the forests and stuff, right? So it makes sense to do the van life. So this movie was like, see what you get for doing the van life. So it's trying to scare you away from it. Don't fall for that part. Okay. And so they do the van life, this young couple, right? Probably late 20s, early 30s. And that's their story, is going across country, and that shadowy figure gets in their car somehow, because it's a demon, did I blow it? Yeah, you're gonna know anyway, because you're like, the very first scene, it's like, he's pulling people out of the air, so it's like, okay, this is supernatural, right? So, and then that was another, like, negative. It's just like, it's trying, like, I think you probably already seen the movie, but if you haven't, like, they hint at, oh, see, if you don't believe you're going to hell, they're going to get you or something. They have a little side piece. You barely hear it. He makes the joke kind of like, oh, you're going to hell or something like that. So it's like, and they laugh, and it's, it's stupid. So that's that I don't like. It's like, oh, if you don't believe, demons are going to get you. So it's just scaring you, again, fear-based religion, back into, don't do anything. Be afraid to do anything wrong, otherwise demons will get you. I don't like that. I think that's a fear-based kind of thing. We need to experience all sorts of things. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so they do a good job, except for, like, the whole Christian thing, and using that, because that's kind of a cheap old kind of story ploy, just to kind of get, and then, like, going against the van life. So that's it, just Christianity and van life. So, like, if and I don't care, use it, do it, it's fine. It doesn't block the movie for me. So yeah, as the movie progressed, which it did a good job of progressing, and dude's a believer, husband's a huge believer, wife's not, so he doesn't really catch on, he's not seeing the stuff, and she's being tormented while they're traveling, and he thinks, oh, there's something wrong, she wants to leave me and stuff, but so they do a good job of that, and they created a vibe. So, and like the timing of the scares, and the freaky, some of the like out there, like, you know, when she goes to walk to the van, you know, it disappears and then she looks back and now it's like tense, you know, like a little bit further, so she's moving, so the demons like moving the van on her and stuff. And so they did a good job of things that like they haven't done before, and it's good. And then they go into the lore, which is good. They could have gone into the lore just a little bit more, so that's probably like the third complaint, is like, if they would have just like named the guy, or they kind of tried to, like they didn't try to, but they knew who he was, like other campers and RVers. So they did a good job of like like the girl outsources, like, you know, the RV community, like, hey, do you guys know? And one of the old creepy old ladies is like, yeah, it's gonna get you, you know. So they did actually a really good job. You know, actually they did a good job. So I recommend it. I think so. I didn't spoil it for you because those are just like kind of gripes that I kind of will go over and rate, because, you know, because this is a review. So, but yeah, there's no, you know, and like they know, like if they try to, you know, like burn the van or get, like, the dude's not after the van, he's after them, you know. So like they do a good job of like, you know, straight up telling you, you know. And I wish his movies would do that a little bit more, just straight up tell you this is what's happening, you know. That way, you know, it clicks for people more. So yeah, I recommend Passenger. Yeah, it's not too deep. It's a great like Friday, Saturday night kind of date night kind of movie. You know, I liked it. It wasn't like A plus, you know, it's not up there with Obsession, like catching that whole different vibe, but, and it's not like Dolly. It's kind of just that teenager kind of, you know, what was the name of that movie? Christine, where the car comes to life or whatever. It's like demonically impressed. So it's like a new version of Christine. So, which is cool, because like nobody knows what that movie is. You know, that's so old school generation kind of thing. So yeah, it's the new Christine. All right, everyone have a great lifetime at the movies.